Welcome back to Nauset News. I'm Tyler Hoffman.
And I'm Tim Polero.
And here's your bulletin of the week. If you are in need of a summer job, Brewster Summer Recreation is looking for a summer rec director, a sailing director, and tennis instructors. If you are interested, you can contact Mike Gradone, Assistant Director of Brewster Recreation, at mgradone@brewster-ma.gov. Next, if you would like to join the book club, they will be meeting April 4th in A107 at 310. They will be discussing the Gothic thriller Frankenstein. If you have any questions, you can talk to Miss Smith in A107. Last, are you a runner, athlete, or just want to try something new? Come out for the Unified Track and Field team. For more information, or if you want to sign up, you can contact Mr. Jacob Bacard or email him at bacardj@nausetschools.org or stop by D206.
All right, so for the lineup, first up, for the top story, we have a story on making homemade pasta, and will be done by Kylie Shelley. This week's High Five student is on our very own Ben Morgan, and he will be interviewed by Ava Berardi, your sports update by Ethan Boyle, Things to Do by Thomas Schultz, and Ben Morgan, who will be telling reviews on movies like Lego Movie 2, Fighting With My Family, and Akita Battle Angel. This week's talent search will be done by Quinn Miller. Your college notebook update by Jordan Auer, student council update with Isabel Merle, health tip by Artie O'Neill and Doug Bizzaio. This week's special report is on making a Nauset News and will be done by Aiden Mitsis. Your Around the World update by Eli Patrick. And lastly, an extra story on the fashion design class, and this will be done by Josh Devlin. That's all for the lineup. I'm Tim Polero.
And I'm Tyler Hoffman.
And on to your top story.
Hi, I'm Kylie Shelley with your top story of the week. We are here outside the culinary room with Miss Anderson's culinary class. Today's lesson of the day, making pasta from scratch. Let's head and see how the student chefs are doing.
These guys are meeting with you went to everything, you know how long you went to right from here. Much better. You notice the difference? A little bit longer. Okay. What do you say about
So over here, the students are kneading their dough. Have you made pasta?
I have not.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
So what are we doing over here?
This is sauce that we're going to be making. And also we have dough because we are making pasta from scratch. And here we have boiling water for it. So when we make the pasta, now we're just waiting for the sauce to start bubbling.
Station 4, I want to you. One of you guys break. You're waiting while you're done.
You having fun?
Yeah, so much fun.
We're all dying.
Have you made pasta before?
I haven't. First time.
Do you like it?
I guess.
Are you excited for pasta?
Yeah.
Have you made pasta before? As you can tell.
Yeah.
Will you ever after this?
Yeah, I think I'm going to Italy, and I think we have a pasta making
Guys, if you want to be able to make this pasta and eat it, you gotta get.
So I'm here with Miss Anderson, the culinary teacher. So how many times have you made pasta with your class?
With my class, let's see, 6 years times. 20, 30 times at least, I would say.
Well, that smells good.
Yeah, they made all their sauces last week, so they don't have to worry about that today. They're putting their dough together today. I was going to do the dough last week, but Stop and Shop did not have the semolina flour, so I had to go get that. So we're doing the dough today as well. Then we're going to use the machines over there to roll it out into. That's the fun part, is playing with the machines.
Is that your favorite part?
Yeah, you roll it out the flat sheets first, but then you decide what kind of noodles you want to use. Can you go over here? I'll show you that. Two different sizes of noodles they can choose. They can also, if they want to, just use a rolling pin, roll them out thin, and use these fancy schmancy cutters and just cut them.
That's fun.
When I try to do that, I have very bad eyes, so they come out really crooked and funny looking. So I like the machine. But yeah, and then when they're ready, they take them. They only take, the nice thing about fresh pasta, it only takes about 2 minutes to cook.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and then you're done. And the sauces are ready, so then they can eat it. And they're grating up cheese now, so.
Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
think that's all we have for you today. I'm Kylie Shelley, and this is your top story.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Thomas Schultz,
And I'm Ben Morgan.
and we're here today with things to do on the Cape. If you want a place to eat out, then I highly recommend the Mills Restaurant, a cozy wood cabin with exposed beams, tables bearing food names, and a breakfast bar repurposed from Murph's Recession. This restaurant provides you with foods with creative flavors, whole grains, local fish, fruits, and veggies. The place is open from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Every Tuesday through Friday. And they serve brunch from on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. It is located on 12A Thornton Drive in Hyannis. Anyone who lives in Dennis just might like this restaurant. It's called the Marshside. It has elevated comfort food with a view overlooking Sessuit Creek. It's open for lunch and dinner at 11:30 a.m. It is located on 28 Bridge Street in East Dennis. Now, for those that live on the Lower Cape, here are two suggestions. Stone Leaven Pizza, located on Underpass Road in Brewster. It has an open kitchen where you can actually watch the chefs preparing your meals. And another favorite located on Route 6 in Eastham is the Brick House Restaurant. The Jamaican owner is also the chef and adds some Jamaican flavor to all of the meals. They even have live music on weekends. Talking about live music, Jake Rooney's in Harwich offers live music all week long, offering music that would be enjoyable for all ages. And the Harvest Wine Bar in Dennis offers live music on the weekends as well. They have two shows, one starting at 6:30 p.m. and the other starting at 8:30 p.m. And this is a nice alternative for those who don't want to go out too late. And finally, don't forget the great outdoors. Spring is officially here. Why not enjoy scenic walks in the beautiful Cape Cod National Seashore or Nickerson State Park? Now here's Ben Morgan with movies.
Hi, I'm here to recommend you some great films after you go out and get some brunch or dinner. These fine locations my pal here, Thomas, just recommended. I highly recommend Alita Battle Angel. This movie is an action-adventure based on the anime series and manga by the same name. The story stars a cyborg named Alita, voiced by Rosa Salazar, that takes place on bounty hunters and other violent threats in the cyberpunk dystopia world. Alita Battle Angel's directors were inspired to help design and make prosthetic arms cheaper for children and more advanced. If you want to see something a bit more lighthearted, then I recommend the animated film Lego Movie 2, which has a 86% by Rotten Tomatoes, which Bricksburg is in Perel, Emmett, Lucy, and Batman must face off against Lego Duplo invaders and restore balance to the universe. With an all-star cast of Chris Pratt, Elizabeth Banks, and Tiffany Haddish, the film is a must-watch if you decide to bring your kids to the film. Lastly, Fighting with Family revolves around a tight-knit family of wrestlers, but when siblings Paige and Zach are given the opportunity to join WWE, their bond is put to the test. This sports drama movie got a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. The stars none other than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the WWE champion himself. Overall, Fighting with My Family is a heartfelt film that will not disappoint. Nothing disappoints but The Rock. Ain't that right, Thomas?
Right.
I'm Ben Morgan.
And I'm Thomas Schultz.
and we hope you have a great day.
Hi, I'm Ethan Boyle with this week's sports. Spring sports have begun, but the first official games are still a week away. So today on sports, I'm going to be telling you what varsity athletes to look for. In softball, Summer Sandstruck. In baseball, we have Stephen Kalanick, Mac LaBarge, and Casey Quinn. In track, look for Rachel Prenga, Izzy Nobley, Abby Farrell, and Monique Malcolm. For the boys, Matt Cahill, Jake Pearl, and Richard Ramsey. For girls lacrosse, Eliza Stevens, Sydney Nickerson, and Paige Flanagan. For boys lacrosse, Jack Judd, Ethan Still, and Cole Ventimiglia. Girls tennis, Gabby Dodoli and Reagan Meehan. Boys tennis, Ben Garside, Tess Fu, Curtis McMillan, and our very own Douglas Bazzaio. For golf, or girls golf, Teresa Silvestri and Alida Gallian. Now for sailing, Tanner Cornell and Emily Miller. And also fairly new to the spring sports scene is the unified track team. This year it will be coached by Jake Picard. Here are some people and what they have to say about the upcoming season. Artie O'Neill from track says, with strong sprinters like Shavar Champagne and Richard Ramsey, solid distance runners like Jake Pearl and the fantastic high jumper and Matt Cahill, the boys track has a lot of versatility this year. Douglas Bazzaio from tennis says, teamwork is key in tennis. We all have to work to help each other on the court, but we also like to have fun at the same time. With captains like Ben Garside, Tess Fu, Curtis McMillan, and Caleb Caldwell, I think it will be a great season. From Kylie Shelley for softball, I haven't played since middle school, so I'm excited to get back into something I love. Also, I'm excited to learn new tricks. Tyler Hoffman from lacrosse says, we have a lot of incoming freshmen and new people with a lot of potential and promise with the team this year. Be sure to check the nausetsports.org website for game schedules. Thanks for watching. I'm Ethan Boyle, and this is This Week's Sports.
Hi, I'm Quinn Miller here with Talent Search, and I found Jake Pooler, who is not only good at playing the guitar, but built his guitar.
Yes,
Jake, can you tell us about your building experience and how you put it together?
Yeah, so I took acoustic guitar building, which is a full year course, and what it does is you go through everything from bending the sides using water and heat to shaping the neck without any guidelines, so you're going by feel, which is great, to finishing it so you get that beautiful sheen. It looks like paint you can really dive into, and it's great. It teaches kids a lot about different skills such as precision, handiwork, as well as, well, how to play the guitar.
So Jake, how did this help you learn to play the guitar?
So before I was pretty into guitar. I grew up with classic rock in my house, so I've always been around it. But once I got an electric a couple years back, so I'd play electric guitar all the time, but I soon found a need for an acoustic, saying, oh yeah, well, a lot of classic rock songs, such as Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, which is a very well-known song, it has an acoustic intro. So I was thinking to myself, well, it'd be great, but I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on an acoustic guitar. And then I was going through the program of studies, and I found acoustic guitar building.
Now, you were telling us that it helps you with some of your other classes, like maybe physics. How did that?
It does. So with waves, the sound of the strings, such as the low E string, it's actually the string vibrating and reverberating throughout the guitar body and then coming back out. It's just an application, so it's easier for students to grasp that concept.
So Jake, would you mind playing just a little 30-second ditty or something for us so we can really see it in action?
Yeah. So I'm going to be playing Crazy on You by Heart. It was it's one of the trickiest bits I've been trying to learn, so I haven't gotten it perfectly down, but I'll try my best.
with your Nauset News Talent Search. I'm Quinn Miller, and this is Jake Puller. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jordan Auer, back with this week's College Notebook. Today we'll be talking about colleges located in New York. First off, New York University is located in the heart of New York City. This school is best known for its performing arts program, business management, nursing, and social sciences. NYU is very competitive, with a 32% acceptance rate, making it very selective. Next, across town is Columbia University, which is one of the 8 Ivy Leagues. Here, some of the most outstanding students study a variety of different majors and minors. Some of the best known include economics, nursing, political science, and computer science. Both of these schools are in the perfect location for an eventful weekend. You can go shopping, to a show, take a walk through Central Park, or have a large selection of places to go for dinner. Moving farther from the city, Fordham University is a private research university founded in 1841. It is the 3rd oldest university in New York. Here, students can study psychology, economics, and accounting. This is the perfect school if you do not want to be in the center of the city, but want to be a quick taxi or subway ride away. Thank you for watching. I'm Jordan Auer with this week's College Notebook, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Hello everyone, I'm Artie O'Neill.
And I'm Doug Bazell.
With the Health Tip of the Week.
This week we'll be talking about the benefits of being active rather than sitting, which is common among most people that are on the job. Being an active person who does weekly or day-to-day physical activities has a much lower risk for having a heart attack, getting heart disease, and having heart failure over a person who is not active at all. It is also easier to manage your weight and drop your blood pressure, which helps the circulation of blood throughout the body. The risk for other diseases such as osteoporosis is lowered, as bones, muscles, and joints become stronger and less susceptible to developing diseases related to the skeletal system.
Hours upon hours of most people's days include sitting. Everyone is so used to sitting down, it's second nature. But what many do not know is that sitting for too long can negatively impact your health. Sitting for too long increases your chance of gaining unnecessary weight and developing joint issues that will come back to bite you later on. Even if you are trapped in an office all day, there are still ways to incorporate some movement time. Periodic breaks or just getting up and strolling around the office can be great. Can't take a break? A riseable desk is fantastic. These desks can be at a normal height, but also can raise up to be at a height for the user to stand, allowing for periodic standing breaks.
Oh, what's that? The new Xbox game is coming out. We need to play all weekend, dude.
Doug, are you trying to get a heart attack? Playing video games just lends itself to hours upon hours of sitting. You know, I'll play with you, but maybe after an hour or so, let's take a stroll down to the court and play some basketball.
Oh, okay. You're right. B-ball's always fun. Well, that was all for this week's show. I'm Doug Bazell.
And I'm Artie O'Neill.
Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Ava Berardi here with your High Five Story of the Week. On Monday, March 18th, Ben Morgan, a senior at Nauset, went to Boston to compete in an oyster shuck-off at the Boston Seafood Expo. Today I'm here with Ben to talk about his experience. So, Ben, what is shucking for those who don't know?
Well, you just take a knife and you open up your clam or scallop basically and just make it beautiful.
Awesome. Okay, what place did you get in the competition?
I got 5th place.
5th place?
I was 1 second behind Chopper Young.
Who's Chopper Young?
One of the world champions. He's a 5-time world champion. He's won Oyster Fest 5 times. I competed up against him and lost by 1 second.
It's very impressive. Okay, so I hear you're one of the youngest competitors ever. How does that make you feel?
Well, if I can shuck, I'll try and shuck fast.
Right. And how do you prepare for one of these contests?
I try not to think about it. I just try and space out and just make it look beautiful and get down on it.
Right. And what are the do's and don'ts for a successful round of competition?
Let's see. Don't look at the audience. Focus on your tray. Don't look at your competitors. Just stay focused on your tray and your work.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Ben. This has been your High Five Story of the Week. I'm Ava Berardi. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Eli Patrick, and this is your Around the World News. First off, recently Finland was ranked the happiest country in the world for the second time in a row. And now the country is offering a special service called Rent-A-Fin, in which travelers from across the globe are selected to live in Finland and be hosted for 3 summer days by Finnish citizens. And tourists like that will simply see what life there is like. The people are selected by lottery, and there are only up to 8 people selected at a time per year. Then, Boeing has recently announced their new longest jetliner at 252 feet. The 777X is longer than its predecessor, the 777-300ER. It'll be even longer by a nose than the current record holder, which is the Boeing 747-8. With its maiden test flight expected later this spring in early April, the 777-9 is larger than the 2 777X models that are making up Boeing's jetliner program. And now, for the last story. New Zealand will ban all types of semi-automatic weapons and assault rifles following the recent Christchurch attacks. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern told the press that legislation would be introduced when Parliament sits down in the first week of April. There would be a short and sharp select committee process for feedback and technical aspects of the law, and changes of the Arms Act should be passed within the session. And once the amnesty period ends, anyone in possession of a banned weapon, would face up to $4,000 fine and 3 years in jail. And well, my name's Ayla Patrick, and that's all the Around the World news I have for you today.
Hello, I'm Isabel Morrell here with this week's Student Council update. The Council just recently had their March Madness Spirit Week, in which each class got $100 for participating in the Spirit Days. On behalf of the Student Council, thank you to all of the classes for participating. The Council will be attending the Spring CMAS Conference with all of the Southeastern Massachusetts Student Councils on April 3rd at Pembroke High School. Here they will be able to share leadership skills and meet with their fellow student councils from their region. Looking forward, the Council is currently planning the annual Rock the Stage talent show. Rock the Stage will be April 5th at 6 p.m. If you're interested in signing up for an act, please complete the Google form sent to all student emails. This must be completed no later than March 29th at 3 p.m. Lastly, in the next few months, the Student Council will be participating in 2 important events. The annual Walk for Hunger will be May 5th in Boston, and the Suicide Prevention Walk on May 18th. I'm Isabel Morrell, thanks, and have a great weekend.
Hello, and welcome to Nauset News. I'm Joshua Devlin, here with Ordania Reynolds for the Fashion Design class's Little Black Dress project. It's always very... Where do you get your fabric for all these?
Well, we usually get them at Mood, which is in New York, or we get them at Joann's in Hyannis, or Murray's in Orleans.
Right. What inspired you to do this particular design?
Well, all of us has to do with the Little Black Dress project, and my style is like more of like sophisticated and classic, so that's what made me do the silhouette of that dress.
It reminds me of like a 1920s like progressivist type thing. What are the steps from start to finish when making a dress?
Well, you first have to, well, all of us get the topic or like the theme that we have to do, and then you figure out what kind of clothing or like for instance that like a dress, what the style is that you want to make, and then you find a pattern, you find your size, and then you make muslin, and then if you want to make adjustments to the style of the dress, then you use the muslin as your pattern, and then you just cut out and sew and make the adjustments that you need to.
Do you use stencils for your projects?
I wouldn't say stencils, I'd say like the pattern is kind of the stencil.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say is the most challenging aspect of making this dress?
The dress itself is kind of simple, but this piece is the challenging part for me because it's the facing. So it holds up the structure of the front of the dress, so I'm having a little bit of trouble with that. That's the most challenging part of this one.
Great, thank you. Could you tell us what you enjoy most about this class?
I like that you express yourself through your clothing. Like you can really make whatever you want to go with your sense of style, and you're like pretty much like free to do what you want to do based on like the theme. Yeah.
And finishing off is our final question. Do you ever see yourself having a career in this field?
Well, I'm minoring in fashion and I'm going into law, which I think both of them kind of tie into each other. So I'm definitely like continuing fashion, some aspect of it.
Alrighty, well, thank you, Ardini.
Thank you.
This has been Joshua Devlin for Nauset News. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Aiden Mitsis, here with your special report. This week we're taking a look behind the scenes at Nauset News. Today I will show you how Nauset News is made and all of the equipment that makes it possible. Let's take a look.
And number 48. 48. Bring up number 48, and now don't forget to bring up the two masters. And now we're going to need 2 matching chairs for the anchors. Let you guys to get the mics ready.
Hook up mics 3 and 4, and then put these guys all the way up.
First of all, we need to put the green screen on, so we need to select the green.
Are you nervous at all?
No, because I've done this a couple times.
Good. Confidence.
But, I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll screw up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's good.
5.
Okay. So you just give us a nod when they're ready, and then we'll go.
Okay, give us a nod when you're ready, and then we'll go.
Yeah. Welcome back to Nauset News. I'm Tyler Hoffman.
And I'm Tim Calero.
And here's your bulletin of the week.
Alright, so for the lineup. First up, for the top story, we have a story on making homemade pasta, and will be done by Kylie Shelley.
How did you guys feel after that report? Felt great. Amazing. How about that?
Hi, my name is Eli Patrick, and this is your Around the World News. First off, recently Finland was ranked the happiest country in the world.
First off, New York University is located in the heart of New York City. This school is best known for its performing arts program, business management, nursing, and social sciences.
Watch this. To make it really vertical on the
Again.
t-shirt, you can
1,
actually turn
2.
this thing. So have a seat in the director's chair. Okay, now you're going to take the mouse. You're going to take the mouse, and it's very sensitive. You're going to hit the X, exit.
That was the making of Nauset News. Just a reminder, you can see it on 2 different places, channel 22, and on YouTube, the Nauset TV channel. We upload every week. Thank you for tuning in.